Cut to black is an editing technique when the film director ends something right then and there and jumps to a big black frame. Whatever comes next depends upon the storytelling style of the film director. Cutting to black means the absolute ending of a particular sequence in a movie. For example, the ending of the film Memento, directed by Christopher Nolan. That movie contains a lot of cut to blacks, but the most crucial cut to black comes at the ending of the film, when the main character makes a decision and right there the film cuts to black and the end credits roll. So what was Christopher Nolan trying to signify with this amazing little cut to black? He was trying to tell the audiences that this is the ultimate stop for your journey with Leonard, the main character of the film. And this is all that you need to know about this character as far as last impressions are concerned. And we as an audience member understand that Leonard has made the ultimate decision that is going to define the rest of his life. Now, I'm not going to give away the decision that he makes because that would give away the main twist of the film. So for some unacceptable reason that you still have not watched Memento, complete this vlog and go watch it. Now, how can filmmakers use this cut to black technique in their own films? First, you gotta make sure that you understand the philosophical side of this cut to black, which is to understand what this technique is connected to. Cut to black is connected to the very last impression that you want the audience to leave with about a particular sequence. But be careful to use it several times in your film because it contains the feeling of a reset. It feels like the movie has been reset and begun to play from the beginning, which you don't want in order not to mess with the flow of the narrative and the story. Now, I mentioned that Nolan has used this technique several times in Memento, but every time he cut to black, the very next frame contains such a powerful story and one of the greatest characters ever written that it was impossible to look away from the film. So until and unless you think that you're in line with Chris Nolan's talents, which is highly unlikely, or if you're absolutely sure that your film definitely needs these cut to blacks in the middle of your film, I would heavily advise against using these cut to blacks in the middle of your film. Which brings me to my final point. When to use this cut to black? The best place and the biggest impact that this cut to black leaves on the audiences is right at the ending of the movie, when a particular action or a decision has been made by the main character which defines the whole concept, the theme and the story. Now, cutting to black is a technique which we have seen in countless movies, but whether we remember the movie for this technique or not speaks a lot for the power of the story and the character. The reason that I bring up Christopher Nolan again and again, and the reason that I remember his cut to blacks, is because this guy is the ultimate master of building incredible moments. And when these moments cut to black, you're usually left with a bent mind, inspiring thoughts, and the aspiration to become a film director yourself. Or in my case, you're usually left with a tear in your eye because of the sheer brilliance and the mastery that Chris Nolan displays with these traditional and aged techniques. Now, the thing which I wish for the most out of the independent filmmaking world is to give me just one more storyteller who could use these cut to blacks with extreme intelligence and leave the audiences with open jaws and twisted minds. On a closing note, I would love to have your thoughts in the comment section below on how mind-twisting this cut to black technique can prove to be. Also, subscribe to this channel so you can stay tuned to more videos which would help you in understanding film direction and the magic of storytelling. So, in the hopes of connecting with aspiring film directors all over the world, this is Mr. Zeecon in the making of a great story.